What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host here, Jay, with Auto Ego. If you're not familiar, I make automotive content. But today we're going to be discussing boxing, and I am a huge boxing fan, not literally, but figuratively. Errol Spence Jr. taking on Danny Swift Garcia in the welterweight bout. He absolutely dominated. I had it 8 rounds to 4 for Errol Spence Jr. I'm pretty sure no one is arguing that he did not win that fight. He looked very good after his car accident in the Ferrari. You know, now he's a lot more focused, a lot more dedicated, and he's putting his time into boxing where it should have been from the get-go. I'm pretty sure the outside distractions, got to him with all the luxury and all that, fame and all that stuff. But he's doing really well right now. He's absolutely dominating, and he said he's going to stay, focused 100%. Now we're talking about Manny Pacquiao, Pac-Man. Everyone knows who he is. He is a legend in the sport, 8-division world champ. He is freaking quick. At the age of 40, he's still dominating. Took out Keith Thurman, dropped him in the first round. You already know the facts. Now I'm going to get into it. Manny Pacquiao tweeted after the victory over Danny Swift Garcia, congratulating and saying welcome back to Errol Spence Jr. Now his team has came out, or sources say that his team has said that they want to fight Errol Spence Jr. next. That fight is huge. It just speaks volume, honestly. It's going to be one of the biggest fights in boxing if it does come to fruition, because Manny Pacquiao is a huge star. Errol Spence Jr. is one of the biggest stars, with pay-per-view buys over Sean Porter, over Mikey Garcia, and over Danny Swift Garcia. Danny's beating up a lot of Garcias. Slow down, Spence Jr. And, he's taking it out. He's doing great. Over 300,000 buys in each of those pay-per-view buys. The numbers haven't came out for Danny Swift Garcia versus Errol Spence Jr., the other way around, whatever you want to say, but the numbers should be pretty huge on that aspect. Manny Pacquiao is a huge star for the sport, and they can both fight at Dallas AT&T Stadium. That'll be huge because that's Errol Spence Jr.'s hometown, and Manny Pacquiao was the very first person to box in that arena, so that's going to be huge. 100,000 fans, depending on how COVID goes. But the fight is going to be absolutely tremendous if it does happen. Now, where does Terrence Crawford go from here? Honestly, I say he fights Showtime Sean Porter, beats Sean Porter, and then he, works out from there, because it is his mandatory and he should fight him. I think it'll be a great fight, and I think it will just elevate, Terrence Crawford's resume up there with the Giants, and then maybe he can square off against Errol Spence Jr. if Errol Spence Jr. defeats Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, which that is not an easy task. I believe Errol does have it in him, but it's going to be no walk in the park. This is going to be an all-out war between these warriors. Of course, Manny Pacquiao is over 40 years old, so he is a little bit older, but he's proven that he is still a champion. He is still a tiger. He's still got it in him. He's one of the best, in my opinion, and a true legend to the sport. Boxing's only 8-division world champ is Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Errol Spence Jr., great fighter. I honestly have him, as the winner for that fight if it were to happen, but it is very close. It should happen in 2021 in the summer. Manny Pacquiao is going to fight Mikey Garcia, in the beginning of 2021 is what's rumored, but hopefully he fights Errol Spence Jr. in the summer. His last fight was in July, so that's the summer 2019. He didn't fight all 2020, so he is coming off of kind of a layoff, if you want to call it that. And I'm sure Manny Pacquiao is going to bring it to Errol Spence Jr. And, he was watching the fight closely between him and Danny Swift Garcia December 5th, this past Saturday. And I'm sure he sees some holes in his game that he can exploit. Manny Pacquiao is a tremendous fighter, and I just want to see Errol Spence Jr., put to the test. He has been put to the test, of course, with Sean Porter, of course, with Danny Swift Garcia and Mikey Garcia, and he's proven everyone, that he is a true champion. He's got an iron chin. He can box. He can smother you. He can fight on the inside. And overall, great boxer. Great performance by him. By the way, if he's watching, which I'm sure he's not, congratulations to you, brother, on taking a unanimous victory over someone who wasn't light competition. Danny Swift Garcia is a tremendous boxer. Of course, the casual fans don't really see that, but I see that Danny Garcia has a tremendous chin, iron body. The guy didn't fold on Errol's power, and props to him. And I wish him and his family the best. Of course, that is it for the video. I do hope you guys enjoyed my commentary, and do hope to see, Errol Spence Jr. fight Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. July, June, summer 2021. It's coming. First, in Auto Ego. I will be changing the channel's name or moving towards boxing depending on how the video goes. Of course, I will always do automotive and put that first. But for now, I'm trying out this commentary. So if you did enjoy, like, share, and of course, subscribe to the channel. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a great day. Take care. See you on the next one. Peace.